The next stage that I'm not sure if this is going long, but I can share a couple of it. Is once we have that peace met, and we're in bliss and we're in love and we're in that state of unconditional love and gratitude, then the universe opens up other doors of compassion, of peace, of relaxation, of, it's like music in the atmosphere, music from the planets. We can hear the sound of Om, we can hear the sound of Amen, we can hear the trumpet of angels. We can really become one with life. So death is not something to be feared. His death to me represented a new beginning for him and me, him as a guardian angel for me, and wherever his soul goes and it reincarnates into another birth, because God allowed me the ability, like divine prophets, to be able to see the future and past lives of people. And it is true that the soul does get resurrected. Now that's a conversation, that's a very big conversation, and it's not for tonight. If you're interested in that, it'd be great to know. I'd be happy to share more. It'll take some time. The important message is that when you want to get what you want in life, how to attract what you want, how to be what you want, how to feel that inner and outer success and be in that loving vibration, we start first with being in the human self and our higher self. In cosmic accounting, I talk a lot about our higher self, higher consciousness, the higher awareness, the higher connection to the divine, to God. And then we get that going. Then we have the people like my Uncle Frederick that's closest to us, that we really like, our spouses and our children. I've heard stories, and in my own biological family, I've shared so much pain about my dad had missed that one. Today I had an amazing conversation with my dad. Amazing. It was almost like there was no bad karma with my own dad too, and it was very healing, and I would want you to have that type of relationship with your biological dad too, because he had missed it for a big part of his life, where it was more important about what they think versus what his own children. And that relationship was strained, but it no longer is, because he's at the end of his life too. And I'm able to have a conversation. You know, Dad, it's important to do an accounting for your life before you meet the angel. Then God's going to do a reconciliation and a record of all your deeds, thoughts, and actions. You know, Dad, you really want to do this before you get there, because when I tuned into my uncle's spirit and his energy, I know in my heart, he's like, if I had only known that you wrote a book like this, it makes a difference up here, to have an accounting for your life done, and to know your words, thoughts, deeds, and actions, how they've affected and helped others. And if there's any place in your life that you don't have that person, like I've had many of those, I can't count how many. There's been some bad ones, I've talked about them, but I've had more good ones, because I'm good to the people that are close to me. Because I work a lot, 20 years I work on the inside. I can't teach this stuff if I don't work on it myself. I want you to look within. That introspection, that self-analysis, that place where you look, where the real source of the tears and the pain and the vulnerability is, and you'll see that it was never out there. It's never the victim consciousness. It's never that someone did something to you. You look at where it is that you contributed to that experience, and that's all it was. In the end, we're all just stories. Because when we're laying in that coffin and we're going in that dirt, like my uncle this last week, it doesn't matter if we were white or black or tall or short. Our bodies are earth, water, fire in our digestion, our electrical energy system, and the air, the oxygen we breathe. We borrow those elements of oxygen, hydrogen, the compounds from the animals and the fruits and the vegetables that we eat and the water that we drink to hold this physical form together. We may forget that we have hair, but it's really protein coming out of our makeup, our biological, spiritual genetics, and our physical human genetics. That at some point we're laying in that coffin and we're doing an accounting for our life. And my question to you is, did you do what God sent you here to do? Soul mastery, if I were to look you in the eyes and say, as a soul, forget the human for a moment, forget the human mind, step into the cosmic awareness, into higher awareness, where we are one with our Creator, where God is with us. And ask yourself, am I in my heart in alignment with that message? Am I speaking, walking, talking, and acting, and doing, and being that which God created me to do? My uncle did that for me. He was in his 80s. It was his time to go. Our days are numbered, so make yours count.